first pick Esmeralda, madalas natin nakikita to ngayon.
Esmeralda naging meta for anti-healing, and syempre ito yung mga first heroes na pwedeng patanggalin ng shields yung kalaban. Prioritizing si RSG Pinales sa tanggalin dito ang isang Phobius and Asilina. Ang ganda ng mga ginagawang heroes ito, especially for setting up for team fights, vision control, and especially yung mga ambush and ganks.
Yeah.
Pero sa side naman ng Navi, itong Nathan, Eve, and Paquito, alam nila ito yung magiging laso if RSG gets a hands of this.
Oh,
And now, pinaprioritize sila ang isang Lolita na napaka-importante, especially sa mga double marksman na meta na pwede manggaling kay RSG or kay Navi.
I love it, I love it. Navi taking the Lolita with the Beatrix. Limitado ngayon ang RSG into picking either a Clint or a Brody, in which case na nahaharangan ng isang Lolita pick. Talagang iniipit ng Navi ang RSG sa kanilang options in the gold lane, considering that the Nathan is already banned, at nakita na rin natin ang potential ng isang Beatrix with the best sniper in the universe na si Ohem. Kaya pala, shoutout kay Kiel Soriano, the best sniper sa buong mundo.
Sa buong mundo.
Sa buong mundo na.
Buong universe!
Buong universe mo na. The best Renner user. Narinig nyo na sa ngayon, pero balik tayo dito sa draft.
Kahit
Farsa,
ilang minions.
pwedeng i-flex to sa gold lane. In fact, you could also flex that Esmeralda in the gold lane.
Yeah, it could either be a flex pick for RSG para hindi mabasa ng Navi kung saan sila papunta. Pero ang ganda nila sagot nila dito, no? They have an answer for shield reduction, healing reduction, plus they have a late game assurance for damage or a critical damage ng isang Clint. Plus, for sa early game rotation, magiging maganda yung burst damage ito. Yung kumbaga yung firepower na pwede ba ni RSG in terms of global or map presence sa mga attacks.
Yeah. Alam mo, ito yung global presence na sinasabi mo, gagana yan at around mga early to mid, actually mid to late game pag masakit na yung Farsa. But ang worry ko dito sa RSG, meron kang Esmeralda na most likely mapupunta na sa XP lane with the Clint going gold lane.
Yeah.
This will take them quite a while bago sumakit ng kanilang lineup. Meanwhile, for Navi, having that Beatrix early means they will have early access to that damage. At sino ba yung pangalan ng Lilia na napakataas ng clear speed?
Clear speed, at ito yung signature din ni Lil.
Ni Lil. Lilia.
Lilia.
Wait lang, signature niya ba talaga to? Eh, gold lane eh.
Oo nga, feeling ko kasi ito lagi nang ginagamit eh. Depende.
Gold lane Lilia. Tignan natin kung yung bang ilalabas ni Lil. Feeling ko dahil nasa pangalan lang eh. Ang galing mo rin eh.
At totoo, actually yung nagagamit ang kumbaga ang hero katulad ni Lilia, there are times na you would need an initiator to actually give extra burst, no? Yung reset ng Black Shoes really is a great factor na pwede kayong may i-bait inside your circle.
Oo, at nakita natin ang kapangyarihan ng isang magandang debate. Game number 2, Blacklist versus Onyx ID. Bakit ka naguna talo tayo doon?
Hindi. Magaling din yung nag-lead.
Game 2! Huwag ka magbubuo sa Game 2, boy. Natalo tayo dun eh.
Pero,
yun
doon
yung
nga nabuo.
debate.
Oo, debate. Pero doon nga mas uminit nga yung fire.
Oo nga, kumbaga mas napasigaw tuloy tayo ng game number 3. Grabe. Sige, valid na yung woo mo. Pero men, grabe talaga yung mga bait mechanics na nanggagaling dito sa ating mga players in M3. Alam nila na if meron kang maipipilit na strategy or mapo-force yung error out of the enemy team, you could potentially capitalize from that. So right now, Navi, they took away the Matilda. Ang options ng RSG ngayon ay for position 5 and an XP laner na sila. Position 5 and a jungler actually. So tingnan natin if they're gonna ban out another assassin for the side of Navi.
Kinounter ban nila dito, inunahan ni RSG na tanggalin ng isang Thames. A perfect counter for Esmeralda. Pero now, Cho ang naging sagot ni Navi. Probably for the pick-up or pick-off na pwedeng mangyari sa backlines.
This is interesting RSG, Thames na ang binan nila. Tinanggal na ng Cho. Tinanggal na ng Navi. Ang Cho, as you said. Interesting kasi yung Cho na yon, sila sana pwede nila gamitin kung gusto nilang ilagay sa XP lane. Considering that Farsa is immobile the moment you enter that feathered airstrike mode. So, ano kaya magiging reply nila dito? Meanwhile, RSG, they're taking out heroes that could give access. Ayan na, tinanggal na ang Yuzhong, one of the more popular counters against the Eve and the Farsa.
RSG knows what's gonna happen kung di natanggalin to. Gatot Catcher is still open
Yes.
for access in the backlines dito for RSG. But if Navi sees this correctly, pwede nilang gawin to ngayon. But we're still lacking of that setup na pwede maka-disable sa backlines ng RSG. Kaya kung di mapipigilan to, from mid to late game, this is very dangerous for Navi to keep moving forward. Kasi mostly ang ginagawa ni RSG, once they get their objectives right from first minute to 8, magiging maganda yung laban nila. Pero may nalig tayo dito. It's a Yisan Shin!
Okay tong Yisun Shin pick nila. Now they're running a double marksman lineup na medyo iba compared to the other double marksman lineup na madalas nating nakikita with high ranges. This one is a Yisun Shin, in which case masasabayan niya ng power spike yung Beatrix at yung Lilia. This is very interesting kasi mid-game, talagang doon mo mararamdaman ang sakit ng Navi. Pero pag di nila matapos yun, magkiklear na lang sila magkiklear at aantayin nilang sumakit mas lalo yung Clint at yung Bane na sinecure ng RSG sa last picks nila.
Ganda naman ang pick ito ng RSG. Wave clear, crowd control, something to hold. Whoa, okay. A Uranus to counter an Esmeralda. Hindi natin expect yun from a Navi. Pero what dito, ang nakikita natin dito is mostly didepensa kayo ng Navi.
Nako, hindi counter kay Esmeralda yung Uranus, Dong. Bakit nila ginawa yun? Mapaparman lang siya ng Esmeralda at magiging almost dead lane, kumbaga. Yeah. And this is really good for the late game lineup na meron ng RSG. They have a Clint. You, as much as possible, you don't want a dead lane if you're playing for that early to mid game lineup. So baka na lang natin draft is just 50% of the game. What matters the most is how you execute your draft and how you try to win your games. This is game 1 between RSG SG and Navi from CIS. Let's enter the land of dawn. Kung sinong matatalo dito, lalaglag sa M3.
Malalaman na natin kung paano nga ipapakita ng Navi or ang country ng Russia plus ng Singapore kung gaano nga ba kalakas sila maka-forward sa lower bracket ngayong gabi.
Ngayon, alam mo, parang pag nasa lower bracket ka, ang pakiramdam mo ay kailan kaya natin makikita ang blacklist? Ang sama ng ugali natin. Pero okay lang yan. This is something to celebrate, no? Kanina umaga pa talaga natin iniisip yan. In RSG, they need to just play this safely. And nakakatawa, no? Yung keys to victory ni Navi, kailangan wag sila mag-take ng early trades. But they drafted for early game. In fact, Nagib is running a different emblem sa nakasanayan nating Beatrix.
Oh, this is a weapon master.
Tama,
weakness finder.
Oh, weakness finder.
Actually, weakness finder dito ni Nagib, no? Stand corrected. And yung actually this gives extra slow, especially for marksmen who is targeting also range heroes. Dagdag CC to, Yomi.
Yes, especially when he's using the Nibiru na talagang rat-rat kung rat-rat at pag nag-proc ang weakness finder, madadali ang kanyang kiting. Ito na yung pinag-usapan natin. Bukod sa mapafarman lang siya ni Diablo, mahaharas pa yung Uranus.
For Uranus, eto I wasn't expecting that pick from Navi of a Uranus. Mag-e-enjoy lang dito si Diablo absorbing all the shields in team fights and especially sa laning. Mukhang makakalamang dito sa early game pa lang RCSG, which is their main goal, just to give objectives para sa mga kampe.
Yes, all they want to do here is to scale for the Bane and for baby cakes on this Clint. Kapag nakuha na nila ang kanilang mga damage items, saka natin sila makikitang lumaban sa mga big fights. Natus Vincere, they have a small window by mid-game to try and snowball from there. But looking at how the XP lane is going, it's gonna be very hard to penetrate Diablo here.
Totoo yan. And now for Navi, gusto nilang pumayos na makakuha ng first turtle, pero Feathered Airstrike ang ginagamit dito para i-zone out nga ang members ng Navi. And to go back to your point, the XP lane will be the target of RSG para mapilay dito yung progress ng Navi.
And this is very interesting kasi bakit yung Esmeralda pa ang papasukin mo? And now, Turtle, half HP, pasok with the Falling Star Moon, si Sunset Lover, medyo nasa-zone out dito in RSG. They're gonna secure the first turtle of the game, and they're gonna go out. Ayaw nilang lumaban. It's just an objective, and we're out.
Kailangan talaga nila gawin in black and white for RSG to prioritize these objectives para makuha talaga nilang lahat ng power spike. If Navi needs to secure this early game window opportunity na sabi mo nga, Womi, they need to capitalize more on how they will rotate. Meron din sa Sunset Lover.
Baby cakes, delikado ka dyan. muntikan siya din kay Lil. Pero Baby Cakes kasi mamaya pa talaga mabawas yan.
Binibake pa eh.
Oh, binibake pa!
Oh, lol, see?
Nayakap at napating. Goodbye sa'yo. That's the first blood going to RSG-SG.
Ito na nga ang unang gangs. Nararamdaman natin kung paano makapag-sustain ng isang Bane using this LY4 wave clears, rotation, ang taas ng CC ng ultimate niya. Kaya totally spam sa lahat ng heroes.
Oo nga, tas ang malas pa ng Beatrix. Nagka-sniper doon sa damo. Natamaan ng Kufra. That is just bad luck.
Kung may tinatry atang the moves to.
Oo
Kaso
nga,
hindi pwede eh.
Hindi, OIP lang yun, oh.
Yun lang.
Flicker play! And he gets Baby Cakes. They're gonna go in for the Dark Spears at mamamatay na
Nako.
si Clint. Here comes the feathered airstrike. Sawo, tatakbo. And it's RSG and Natus Vincere now tied. 1-1 ang kill score.
Good gank there at pag-activate ni Sunset Lover with the Mountain Shocker. The global presence of Navi now has improved from the previous games that now they are aware that early game talaga pwede na lang maging window. But RSGSG also needs to, actually kailangan nila gumawa ng paraan dito to even istorbo yun dito Sunset Lover. Walang pupunta sa kanya just even to disturb him.
Yes, and usually we want to see the old laners. Yun yung mga naiipit. Kadalasan yung talaga yung nakikita natin. But this time around, the Clint, isang beses pa lang siya nadadaanan. Let's expect Navi to go back again and again on that gold lane considering na hindi talaga nila masyado magagalaw ang Esmeralda on the red side.
Pwede silang ma-pressure to either to decide even sa bot to mid, just even clear. But si Lil at si Baby Cakes also, kanina pa to kanina pa to nagsaspam eh.
Oh, harasan lang. Saktong farman lang habang naghaharasan. Now the turtle. Gonna be started here by RSG. Pero nasa pwesto ang Navi. Ganda ang pwesto dito ng
Ganda ng
Defender.
pwesto, Defender.
Nahanap na dito si Sana.
Oh.
He's gonna go wings by wings. Wala pa namang feathered airstrike pero si Lolsi medyo low na. Wala ng tank. Ang
Oh.
RSG, look at Nag-give. Nag-give niya ang kanyang Nibiru's passion. And now Defender is gonna go back with the consecration. Turtle will be secured by Navi. Si Diablo na atang sunod. That's a kill for the Yisun Shin. Kailangan mag-back ng RSG. That's a kill in the Turtle. Going to Navi.
Hindi nakapagkuha or nakakuha doon ng isang RCSG even to just contest the turtle. Yung control, uy,
Ay,
nilaya ka!
nako, ayaw talagang paalisin, Lolsi. Sinabi ng mag-back ka. Pero mukhang makakabak naman pala talaga si Lolsi.
Napakaganda ng paggawa doon ng border protection ng Navi. No? Doon pala natin nakita kung paano na na-secure. Yes, Diablo's presence was there. Kaso yung control and vision ni Sunset Lover was really on point para mabigyan si Samok na magandang entrance to use those skills para hindi na makagalaw. Mismo si Baby Cakes, either si LY4 to set it up.
We have a low skill score game here. This is not good for Navi. They need to up the tempo dahil nga late game loads ang RSG-SG. The slower this game goes, the better it is for RSG-SG. Natus Vincere, nasa kanila ang pressure ngayon.
At dito na nga ang items natin. Sa progress, lumalamang ngayon ng Navi. In terms of
Oy!
this two-man knock-up, si Lolsi.
Grabe to si Lolsi, napakatapang. Pero mukhang ayaw nila muna lumaban. They want objectives.
Alam, yung actually nagkulang side ng RCSG, no? Mostly kanina, si Sunset Lover was totally having the time of really farming all of the objectives of RCSG na mas nakabilis na nakaikot ngayon. Mostly nakasamahan siya ni Nagib eh, which gives him extra, kumbaga, damage plus guidance. Kasi alam nilang pwedeng respond si Lolsi or even si Diablo dahil kailangan talaga nila bawasan yung shield ng Navi.
Yeah, and very smart actually yung ginagawa dito ni Defender na nagka-cut na lang siya ng wave. Alam niyang hindi niya kaya ng 1v1 yung Esmeralda, so he's gonna go for the minions instead.
Nag-iisa.
Pero ang daming tao, walang malakas sa apat. Boy, kailangan mo makatakas siya. Nibiru's passion! That is massive from the game. But look at the Esmeralda. Si Diablo sabi niya, hindi pwede yan dito sa Singapore. Nakabawi sila ng isa.
Oh my gosh, look at the punish! Even the connection of Sunset Lover or
Oh no!
Nagib!
Oh no! Mukhang si Diablo na lang nag-iisa kasama si LY4. It's a 2v2 at si Sunset Lover. Sobrang daming na-deal na damage dito. 3-5 ang ating kill score at nakapush pa nga si Defender.
Nagib and the combination of Sunset Lover's ultimate, napakataas ng damage. Nakita mo ang physical penetration doon. Right at the moment na nilabas ang ultimate ng RCSG, they wanted RSG to go in a trap para ma-set up sila doon. But my gosh, that damage.
Oh, grabe. At ito naman ang mga yakap ni Lolsi. Nakakamatay, guys! Isang kill na naman ang nakuha ng RSG-SG. Turtle, sisimulan. Natus Vincere, pumipwesto. Here comes the consecration. Defender,
Nag-iisa.
already half HP.
Kaya pa?
Natunaw sa Clint Babini. Oh my God! That's
Oh
that's
my.
2 kills going to the hands of RSGSG. Dapat kasi nirespeto nyo yung damage, men.
Kailangan tingnan ang power spikes ngayon ng Navi pero nagkulang sila sa response doon. RSGSG has taken the turtle now. They're going in for a push. Ang laban ni Navi ngayon, ibang-iba talaga.
Oh, yung Navi RSGSG from a low kill score game, biglang tumaas ang tempo natin. This is good for Navi. Their power spike is still there. Dito natin mararamdaman kung kaya ba ng Navi transition to into a possible win. Sawo, looking for 1. They found 2. Si Lolsi, boy na boy pa rin. Si Baby Cakes nakakapag-free hit na. But here comes the reset. Feathered airstrike taking down the Lolita. At double kill pa nga. Makakatakas nga ba yung Farsa dito? A lot of people still alive for RSGSG.
Kaya pa ba?
Only 1 falls down. It's Baby Cakes. Grabe ang trade na yun. It's a 2-4-1 in favor of Navi.
Grabe ng exchange of trades at papanoorin natin ang replay brought to you by Oppo kung saan naging magandang pwestuhan dito ni Navi. Nag-counter-engage sila dito but look at this. Beautiful execution. Sinusubukan ni Diablo kunin yung shields but nag-reset. Yung reset talaga ni Lil gave enough space for nag-give to
Look
use
at
those
Sana.
ultims. But si Sana, na-counter niya doon with the feathered airstrike. The power, the damage is showing for Team RCSG.
Yeah, and it's so weird because dapat Natos Vincere ang lamang dito sa mid-game but because of great plays coming in from RSGSG, nakakasabay sila with the damage that comes in from Sana.
Nandito natin nakikita na sana all na lang talaga. Maganda yung set kanina. Bumaliktad pa.
Oo, nabaliktad pa, no? Yung na-cancel yung Lolita ult with the feathered airstrike. So, guys, alam nyo na kung paano kontrahin yung Luminon Blast. Patayin nyo yung Lolita.
Yun na lang talaga. I-cancel mo. Gumamit ka ng feathered airstrike. Either si Eve or si Farsa. Yun nga nakikita dito ng laban. Sumiset up ulit ng Navi just to gain more positioning. Ilang beses talaga na
Oh my God! Look at that!
Aray!
That is 3 people down immediately for RSGSG and
Grabe,
LY4.
Navi!
He's next. He does get a trade though. What is this? They're
Grabe!
turning it around. LY4 and Diablo with a comeback.
Grabe naman tong Navi. Tamang baba ni Sawo, isang setup ang binibigay na maganda sa membro ni Nagib at isang set lover on point na pagpasok. Look at that. 4-3 hindi gumalaw.
Grabe. RSGSG with a massive turnaround. And now Sawo, papasok siya dito, nagkamali ka ata boy. Hindi nakagat ng pating. And now Navi and RSGSG, even game na naman tayo.
Naka-counter yung setup ng RSGSU, Omi.
Kaya
doon
nga
pa lang natin nakita ang ganda ng position doon ni Sawo. Hindi, kung nagkulang ng member ng RSGSG to even counter that set, pero alam nila pwedeng pwedeng gumanti. But looking at our items in the progress build ngayon, mas lamang ngayon ng, actually, 88 gold lang actually ang lamang.
88 goal, grabe.
Napakalaki. Napakalaki
Diba?
actually.
Napakalaking gold lead, men. Pero nako, Lolsi, nagkamali ng tapak. Umabot ang Torre. Nakapag-flicker naman pala yun. And look at the damage coming in from feathered airstrike.
Lumalabas
Navi,
na.
they're forced to go back.
The damage of Sana ngayon ay lumalabas na in the side of RSGSG, waiting to get this push. Pero nangyayari dito, they want in for the team fights. Gusto nila makakuha dito ng isang magandang kill. Even kay Sunset Lover, kanina pa. This is a 3-0 for on a Yisan Shin entering for a mid-game. The damage and the power spikes will show. Pero ang nangyayari dito, Picos ang gusto nila, pero nababawasan dito ng powers ang side ng Navi.
Feathered airstrike
Nag-reset.
forces out the back shoes. Nagib, he falls down with a flicker coming in from Sana. What a play from RSGSG.
Grabe naman ang laban na to. RSG, napaka-aggressive. We're also seeing a different version ng Navi to enter to this lower bracket. Ito na yung init na iba, Omi.
Oo.
Yung sinasabi mong, ayaw pa namin matanggal.
Ito yun respect all, fear none. Makikita mo na napakatapang ng RSG.
Na napa-
Will they secure this? Lord
Good
secured. And that is a Luminous Lord. 12 minutes na ata nung inapakan nila yon. Tignan na lang natin kung may bunggo. Defender, Diablo. Stalemate muna.
Hindi man nakuha doon si Sunset Lover kanina habang ipinag-aagawan nila yung Luminous Lord. Si Lolsi attempted to even jump or ma-counter doon si Sunset pero hindi makagalaw pero na-dodge na mismo yung pagtabak. Sinigurado sana pwede siya maka-steal ng Luminous Lord kaso it was too late to enter for the city. Pwede pa makontest.
And right now, RSGSG, dahil doon nakuha nila ang kanilang first relevant gold lead, na meron na silang 2K gold lead against Navi, at nawawala na rin ang power spike ng Navi. It's a 2v1 in the give. Medyo mataas pa